Hello, welcome to Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to play a little card and dice baseball Strat-O-Matic. The 1968 Cardinals taking on the 1984 Tigers. As we enter the Twilight Zone, it'll be Bob Gibson versus Jack Morris. As we continue our 80s versus the 60s. Last night we had one heck of a game, 67 Red Sox versus the 86 Red Sox. I won't spoil it because it was one heck of a game if you'd like to watch it. In the chat we have Robbie Wartberg. How you doing, my friend? As he says hello. He's here at the stadium in Detroit. And let's quickly get to the lineups and roll some dice. So we're going to go back to a bunch of card sets I bought, and this would be playing basic. And the 1968 Cardinals are the away team. The 1984 Tigers are the home team. So let's go to the Cardinals starting lineup. On the mound, obviously, they'll have Bob Gibson. In the year of the pitcher, Bob Gibson was the best of the best. 22 wins, 9 losses, 1.12 earned run average. The Cardinals starting lineup at first base, batting first, playing left field, Lou Brock. Batting second in center field, Curt Flood. Batting third in right field, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, and he's at first base. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Tim McCarver. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Mike Shannon. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Julian Javier. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Dal Maxwell. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Bobby Tolan. For the hometown 1984 Detroit Tigers, you have Jack Morris on the mound. He was 19-11 with a 3.60 earned run average. Leading off, the second baseman, Lou Whitaker. Batting second, playing short, Alan Trammell, his partner in crime. Batting third, the right fielder, Kirk Gibson. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Chet Lemon. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Lance Parrish. Batting sixth, at first base, Darrell Evans. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Barbaro Garbe. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Larry Herndon. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Tom Brookins. Make sure I got those names right. Barbaro. I love that name. I'm pretty sure I got that one right. Lance Parrish. Yep, Barbaro. Alrighty. So here we go. Leading things off for the Cardinals is Lou Brock. I'm glad you're doing well, Robert. Lou Brock in 1968 batted .279 with 6 homers, 14 triples, and 46 doubles. Morris looks in, gets the sign from Lance Parrish. Here's the pitch to the speedy Lou Brock, and that is a 5-7 off the Jack Morris card. 5-7 fly ball out to center field, and making the catch is Chet Lemon, 1 down. So 1 away. Brock flies to center. Now bring up Curt Flood. Flood batted .301, 5 homers, 4 triples, and 17 doubles. Morris rocks and fires to Flood. That is a 4-8 off the Morris card. 4-8, and that is a walk. Curt Flood walks. Good at bat for Flood. So 1 out, 1 on. And Roger Maris playing right field. Former Yankee and Kansas City Athletic. A shell of himself by 68 would be his last season. He batted .255, 5 homers, 2 triples, and 18 doubles in 310 at-bats. We are playing with the hold rule, and that goes off the defensive rating of the catcher. Lance Parrish is a 1 defensive catcher, so that's -4 off any type of stolen base or advancing on a base hit. When there's 2 outs, it's a +2 to the runner, and then you net it out. Tim McCarver is a 2 defender at catcher, so it's -3. So with Flood, 1 through 16 for his regular running would go down to 1 through 12 as Parrish is a -4. And he is a beast stealer. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. Morris deals Maris a 6-8. So far everything off the Morris card. And that's a 6 and an 8. And Roger Maris will come through. A hard single to center. And going first to third, as there's 2 stars there, is Curt Flood. So it would have been a double with a 1. The 20-sided die is a 3. It's a single with 2 stars. And here come the Cardinals. Flood's at third. Maris is at first with 1 away. And here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. 248, 16 home runs, 2 triples, and 26 doubles. Parrish goes out to have a word with Jack Morris. Now back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, and again off the Morris card, 5-9. 5-9 with a 9, and that ball is lifted deep to left center field. Going back, looking up at the track is Chet Lemon, and it is gone. 1 through 9 is a home run. The 20-sided die is a 9. And just like that, it's 3-0 68 Cardinals, to the shock of the fans here in Detroit. As the Cardinals looking for revenge. In 68, they lost to the Tigers. And MVP Mickey Lolich, who outperformed Denny McLain in the World Series. So a 3-run homer for Cepeda. With 1 out. As Maris scores and Flood scores. 3-0. A big blast by the baby bull. As Michael Bright has joined us here in Detroit at the stadium. He says, Cepeda rules. That was a big blast, Michael. How are you? Hope all is well. Here comes Tim McCarver, the catcher. Morris has to focus now. Down 3. Here's the pitch to Tim. And McCarver is dealt a 4-5. Again, off the Jack Morris card. 4-5, and that's a strikeout. He strikes out McCarver. So 2 outs, base is empty for Mike Shannon, the third baseman. 266, 15 homers, 2 triples, and 29 doubles. Parrish wiggles the fingers. Morris nods his head. Here's the pitch to Mike Shannon, and that is a 6-8. I think everything has been off the Morris card. 6-8. And that's going to be a hard single to center. A 1 would have been a double. 20-sided die is a 2. 2 through 20 is a hard single to center. So Morris fooling nobody. Shannon keeps the inning alive. The line moves. And here comes the second baseman, Julian Javier. As Dave Gardner is joining us in the chat. Remember, check out hockeytournaments.com as well as Dave Gardner's YouTube channel. He did a wonderful This Week in the E-League with Ron Juckett. So please check it out. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Gardner. Thank you for joining us, Michael Bright. And thank you for joining us, Robbie Wartburg, and also Jonathan Van Diesel. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. What's the wrestling news, my friend? All right, so Julian Javier is up. 264 homers, 4 triples, 25 doubles. Here's the pitch to Javier from Morris, and that is a 2-6. I think that's the first time we're going off a batter card. Cardinals have had tremendous success off Morris's card, so that is a 2-6. And Morris jams him. That's a pop-up left side. Brookins is there. The third baseman makes the catch, and the side is finally retired on the pop-out to third. But the Cardinals get 3 on the 3-run blast by the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. We go to the bottom of the first, 3-0 Cardinals. Due up for the Tigers, Whitaker, Trammell, and Curt Gibson. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Dahl Maxfield leading things off. So now Bob Gibson is up on the bump with a 3-run lead. And Jonathan Van Derzel, I think I said Diesel, I apologize, says, a lot going on in WWE. I will be doing a Strat and Appa again. Oh, excellent. Look forward to it. Look forward to it. That's always a good time. So here's Lou Whitaker. 286. 13 homers, 56 ribbies. Gibson on the mound. Picks up the sign. Here's the pitch to Whitaker from Gibby, and that is a 5-9. You definitely want to stay off the Gibson card. That's all I can say. 5-9. And that is a strikeout. So Gibson strikes out Whitaker, 1 down. Remember, this is the year of the pitcher, 1968. Gibson 22-9 with a 1.12 earned run average. Here's Alan Trammell, the shortstop, partner in crime of Lou Whitaker. 314, 14 homers, and 69 ribbies. He now has to face Gibby. Gibby kicks and deals to Trammell, and that is a 2-3. So Trammell will go off his card. 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Ground ball back. A pop-up on a 2-3. Third base. Shannon, waiting for it to come down, has a cup of coffee, makes the catch, 2 away. So Gibby jams him. So 2 outs, base is empty for Kirk Gibson, the hero of the 1988 World Series with his 1 swing at bat. The home run off Eckersley to help propel the Dodgers to win that crucial opening game. But in 1984, 282, 27 homers, 91 ribbies. Gibson looks in at Kirk Gibson. Here's the pitch to Kirk Gibson, and that is a 1-7. A 1-7. 1-7. And with a 1 split, Kirk Gibson drives this ball deep. Right center field. No one's going to get there. It's going to bounce around. Gibson racing towards second. He's around second. Here comes the relay throw, and it's not in time. Kirk Gibson with a 2-out triple. So 1 through 8 was a triple. 9 through 20 was a single. It was a 1 on the 20-sided dice roll. So a triple for Kirk Gibson. He stands at third with 2 outs. And here comes Chet Lemon. Lemon, 287, 20 homers, 76 ribbies. Gibson peeks over to third, now intensely looks in at McCarver. Here's the pitch to Lemon, and that is a 2-8 off the Lemon card, 2-8. 2-8, ground ball to short. Up with it is Maxville. He throws to first, and the side is retired. Gibson is stranded at third. We go to the top of the second, 3-0. 68 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next the 84 Tigers come up, it'll be Lance Parrish leading things off. Jonathan says, Diesel is fine to call me, Al. My friends do, and you are a friend of mine. Well, thank you very much, Jonathan. Look forward to your videos once again. Here comes Dahl Maxville. He'll be followed by the designated hitter Bobby Tolan, the top of the order Lou Brock to face Jack Morris, hoping for a better result than the 3 runs he gave up in the top of the first. Here's the pitch to Maxville from Morris, and a 5-10 again off the Morris card, though it hasn't been lucky for Jack. So 5-10. It's going to be a play for Lance Parrish, as it's going to basic fielding chart check. Parrish is a 1 defender, and it's a 1 and a 5. Let's go to the fielding chart. 1-5. And it's a pass ball, but no one's on. And so it's a pop-out. A pop-out to Parrish. And there's 1 down. So Maxville pops out to the catcher. 1 away. Now bring up Bobby Tolan, the designated hitter. In all my games, I usually play with a designated hitter because I like it. Tolan, 230, 5 homers, 1 triple, 12 doubles. 1 out, no one on. Parrish wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch from Morris to Bobby Tolan, and that is a 1-9 off the Tolan card. 1-9. And that's a line shot to second. Whitaker goes high in the air and snares it, robbing a base hit from Tolan. Nice play by Whitaker. So there's 2 down. Top of the order, Lou Brock. He flew out to Chet Lemon in center. Double-A stealer. You want to keep Brock off the base paths. Morris nods his head. He kicks and deals to Brock. And that is a 2-7 off the Brock card. 2-7 and a 4. Brock is going to gap Lemon and Gibson. And he's going to be on second base with a 2-out double. 1 through 6 is a double. We rolled a 4 for the 20-sided die. So Lou Brock stands at second. So Morris' hopes of a 1-2-3 inning do not come to fruition. Lou Brock, a double-A stealer, but it's a -4 hold. So if he attempted to steal third, it would be 1 through 7. He's not going anywhere. He's in scoring position 1 through 17. And with 2 outs, it's only -2 because we had a +2 to the -4. And he's 1 through 15. Here comes Curt Flood. Flood walked his first time up. 3-0 Cards, looking to add more. Morris peeks over his shoulder, now looks in, picks up the sign from Parrish. He deals to Curt Flood, and that is a 4-4. Someone's going to be shown the door on the 4-4. 4-4, ground ball to Whitaker. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first, and the side is retired. Brock is stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0. 68 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next we come up, leading off for the Cardinals would be Roger Maris. Due up for the 84 Tigers in the bottom of the second. Parrish, Evans, and Garbe. Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. As everyone's saying hello to Clinton. Parrish batted .237, 33 homers, 98 ribbies. Slugging percentage, .443. He'll have to deal with the intense one, Bob Gibson. The big leg kick, and here's the pitch to Parrish, and that is a 3-8 off the Parrish card. 3-8. And that's a strikeout. Gibby picks up his second strikeout, blows the high heat past Lance Parrish. And there's 2 down. As I forgot to mark Jack Morris as the pitcher. Let me do that real quick. For the Tigers. What did I say? 2 down. 1 down. 1 down. And here comes Darrell Evans. Evans, .232, 16 homers, 63 ribbies. Gibson nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Darrell Evans, and that is a 2-8 off the Evans card. 2-8. And that's a walk. So 1 out, 1 on. And Barbaro Garbe steps to the plate, the designated hitter. .287, 5 homers, 52 ribbies. Gibson looking for a double play ball here. He deals to Barbaro Garbe, and that's a 5-9. You want to stay off the Gibby card. 5-9, and that's a strikeout. Column of death, the 5. The whole card is horrible for a batter, but 5 is the column of death. So he struck out 2, and now with 2 outs, Darrell Evans, the base runner, 1 through 12, will become a 1 through 11. As we add 2, we net out the -3 with a +2. And here comes Larry Herndon, the left fielder. Herndon, .280, 7 homers, 43 ribbies. Gibson looks to first, now in at the plate. He kicks and deals to Larry Herndon, and that is a 4-7 on the Gibby card. 4-7 ground ball to Julian Javier at second. With an X, we're going to have to check the fielding chart. Javier is a 2 defender with a 4 on the 20-sided die. Basic fielding chart. A 2 and a 4. Javier makes the play. He throws to Cepeda, and the side is retired. Gibson strikes out 2 while walking 1. We go to the top of the third, 3-0. The 68 Cards over the 84 Tigers. When next the Tigers come up, it will be Brookins, then the top of the order. Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the third, Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. Maris singled in his first at-bat and scored on the Cepeda homer. Morris is ready to work. He deals to Roger Maris, and that is a 3-7. A 3-7 off the Maris card. 3-7. A 1-3 is a single. We rolled a 6. Line shot right at the first baseman, Darrell Evans. He makes the catch, 1 away. Maris hit it on the screws, but right at Darrell Evans. So 1 out here in the top of the third. Here comes the baby bull. He had a 3-run homer in his first at-bat. Can he repeat? We shall see. Here's the pitch from Morris to Cepeda, and that's a 5-8 off the Jack Morris card. 5-8, and that's a single. 1-3 would be a triple, but we rolled a 20, and that is a single. So Cepeda is 2 for 2. He has Morris's number for now. So Cepeda's on first, 1 out, and here's Tim McCarver. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Cepeda takes his lead. Evans holding him on. Here's the pitch to Tim McCarver, and that's a 5-6. 5-6. And a 1 is a single. We rolled a 9. That's a line shot, a step and a dive by Evans, and he makes the catch. Quickly diving back to first is Cepeda. So Evans has had 2 lineouts. McCarver being his second victim, so 2 outs. Cepeda will be off on contact. 1-13 base runner becomes a 1-11 base runner with the netting of the hold and the 2-out plus factor. And striding to the plate, third baseman Mike Shannon. He singled his first time up. Morris peers in, picks up the sign. He kicks and deals to Mike Shannon, and that is a 1-12 off the Shannon card. A 1-12. That's a ground ball to short. Trammell's up with it. He throws to first. The side is retired. Cardinals strand 1. We go to the bottom of the third, still 3-0. St. Louis Cardinals. When next the Cardinals come up, Julian Javier will lead things off. Due up for the Tigers to face Bob Gibson, Tom Brookins, then the top of the order, Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell. Tom Brookins, a third baseman, 246, 5 homers, 26 ribbies. He's in there for his glove. Gibson's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Tom Brookins, and that is a 3-6 off the Brookins card, and Gibby jams him. Sky-high pop-up. Outfield grass. Javier going back, makes the catch. 1 down. Now bring up Lou Whitaker. Whitaker struck out in his first at-bat against Gibson. Gibson kicks and fires to Lou Whitaker, and that is a 3-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 3-3. That's a hard hit ball to Javier at second. He throws to Cepeda, 2 away. So Gibson looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Gibson has struck out 3 so far. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Alan Trammell. He popped out to third on a jam shot. The intense one, Bob Gibson's ready to work. He rocks and fires to Trammell, and the white die almost jumped the shark, but he didn't. Good for Gigio. And that is a 3-5, and that's a single. So Trammell fights off that inside pitch, and he singles to center. Keeps the inning alive. And I'll bring up Kurt Gibson, who tripled and was stranded on third in the bottom of the first. Trammell takes his lead. Gibson looks over quickly. Now he deals to Kurt Gibson, so it's Gibson to Gibson. And that is a 5-6. A 5-6, and that is strike 3 swinging. Side is retired, and that's Gibby's 4th strikeout. We go to the top of the 4th. 3-0, 68 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next the Tigers come up, Chet Lemon will be at bat to lead things off. Due up for the Cardinals, Julian Javier, Darl Maxwell, and Bobby Tolan. Julian Javier popped out to third in his first plate appearance. Jack Morris picks up the sign from Lance Parrish. Here's the pitch to Julian Javier, and that's a 6-7. A 6-7 fly ball out to right field. Kurt Gibson moving towards the line makes the catch. 1 down. Shortstop Darl Maxwell, he popped out to Parrish after fouling one back to the screen initially. He awaits the Morris offering, pitch homeward bound. And Maxwell, a 5-11 off the Morris card. 5-11, and that's a walk. Good at bat. Maxwell's on with 1 out. Bobby Tolan steps to the plate. The designated hitter lined out to Whitaker at second, was robbed of a hit. Maxwell takes a slight lead. Morris a quick peek to first, and now he deals to Bobby Tolan, and that is a 1-4. A 1-4 off the Tolan card, 1-4, and Morris jams him. That's a sky-high pop-up to Whitaker, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. Top of the order, Lou Brock. He has flown to center and doubled. Maxwell's base running ability 1 through 14 goes down to a 1 through 12 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Brock. Can he come through in the clutch? That's a 6-8 off the Morris card. 6-8 and a 7 on the 20-sided die. A 1 would have been a double, but that is a single, 2 stars. So going first to third with 2 outs is Darl Maxwell. Brock picks up his 2nd hit. He's now 2 for 3 with that single. So Brock at first, Double-A base stealer. And that's 1 through 17 minus 4 is a 1 through 13. Kurt Flood is at the plate. Brock will stay put for now. Morris has to keep this a 3-run deficit. He kicks and fires to Flood. That's a leaner. Let's roll that again, and that is a 1. So a 1-8. A 1-8 line shot. Making the diving catch is Tom Brookins. He flashes the leather and saves a run. The side is retired. What a play by Tom Brookins, robbing extra bases from Flood down the left field line. Cards leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 3-0. St. Louis Cardinals of 1968. Nice play by Tom Brookins. When next the Cardinals come up, Roger Maris will lead things off. Quickly go to the chat again. We have House Sanchez. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. So just popping in to say hello. Game looks interesting. Well, thank you. And also Dave Little. Remember to check out Dave Little this coming Friday. He'll have a basketball game up on his channel using Action PC, early 70s NBA. And Michael Bright says, the only one Gibson couldn't beat was Mickey Lolich. You are correct. Mickey Lolich in 68, I do believe, won 3 World Series games. Due up for the 84 Tigers. Thank you for everyone coming out on this late evening baseball. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're all having a good time. If you're watching, feel free to jump in the chat. Chet Lemon, Lance Parrish, and Darrell Evans. Chet Lemon is 0 for 1. He grounded to short. Here's the pitch from Bob Gibson to Chet Lemon, and that is a 2-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 2-3. Off the Lemon card, 2-3. A jam shot, pop-up, shortstop. And Maxville on the outfield grass keeps drifting back, and now he makes the catch. Whoa, the wind played a little tricks with that. So that's a pop-out. 1 down. Gibby, definitely in a zone. Here comes the catcher, Lance Parrish. He was a strikeout victim of Bob Gibson. The intense one peers in, picks up the sign from McCarver. He kicks and fires to Lance Parrish, and that is a 4-8. A 4-8 off the Gibson card. 4-8, and that's a strikeout. Another K, and that's strikeout number 5. Parrish has been a victim twice. So 2 outs, base is empty for Darrell Evans. Evans walked in his first plate appearance. Barbaro Garbe is on deck. Gibson doesn't want to get to Barbaro Garbe. Evans ready to grip and rip. Here comes the pitch from Gibby, and that's a 6-8. You can go sit down most likely on the 6-8. Fly ball center field. Going back is Flood. Evans gets a good piece out of it. It keeps going back, but Flood at the wall makes the catch for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the 84 Tigers. We go to the top of the 5th. The 68 Cards 3, the Tigers nothing. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Barbaro Garbe to lead things off. Due up for the Cardinals, Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. D. Scott Howard has joined us in the chat. How you doing, my friend? As Dave Little says, nice win over Ken Patera, as he's talking to Clinton Parks, an FOC member. That's our little wrestling league for subscribers. If you're a subscriber and like to become a wrestler, just leave me a comment. Todd B says, late night with Al. Hiya, folks. Hiya, Todd. Thank you for stopping by. How are those goats, D. Scott Howard? Check out D. Scott Howard's channel. Has 4 or 5 short but fun videos of the goats that he goat sits. Cute little animals. They love to chew on everything, though. All right, here comes Roger Maris. He's 1 for 3. He's singled and scored a run on the Cepeda homer and lined out to first. Morris deals to Maris, and that is a 1-9 off the Maris card. 1-9. 1-9, and that is a hard-hit ground ball to Whitaker at second. He throws to Evans at first. 1 down. Here in the top of the 5th. 4-3. Now bring up the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. The reason why the Cards are up 3-0 is 3-run blast with 1 out in the top of the 1st. He's he is also singled, so he's 2 for 2. Here's the pitch of the baby bull. Morris deals Cepeda a 3-7 off the Cepeda card. 3-7. That's a pop-up, foul territory, third base side, going over his Brookins. Near the dugout, he makes the catch, 2 away. Base is empty. And we got these out of order here. As it should be Tim McCarver up next. Now, Red Sox fan just put these out of order, so let's just get this correct here. And there's McCarver, and then Shannon, and then Javier, Maxville, and Bobby Tolan. All right, so it's Tim McCarver. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and lined out to first. 2 outs, no one on. The windup and the pitch to McCarver from Morris, and that is a 5-11. 5-11 off the Morris card. 5-11, and that's a walk. Inning stays alive as McCarver reaches on the base on balls. So 2 outs. He's a 1 through 12. -2 when you net out the 2 outs and the hold factor by Parrish, so he becomes a 1 through 10. And here's Mike Shannon, the third baseman. Shannon has singled and grounded to short. He awaits the Morris offering. Pitch homeward bound. And Shannon gets a 5-9 off the Morris card. 5-9. And that ball is launched to left center field. Racing back is Chet Lemon. He's not going to get there. It's going to be off the wall. As a 1 through 9 would have been a homer, the 20-sided die is a 17. And that is a double. McCarver 1 through 10. That's a 50-50 with 2 outs and Julian Javier coming. We're going to hold him. We're going to hold him. 50-50. No, we're sending him. Here comes the relay throw by Trammell. And it's a 7! McCarver slides in safely past the tag of Parrish. And it's 4-0. So a clutch double for Mike Shannon as he just missed a homer. So he has singled and doubled now, and he has an RBI, scoring all the way from first, Tim McCarver. Jack Morris has not fooled many a Cardinal batter, that's for sure. So Shannon stands at second, 2 outs, and here comes Julian Javier. He's 0 for 2. Lance Parrish goes out to have a word with Morris. They look towards the bench. Parrish says he's okay, back behind the plate. He's got to shut it down here. He's given up 4 runs. Here's the pitch to Javier, and that is a 5-9 off the Morris card. 5-9, once again, that's where you want to go, and that's another double, back-to-back doubles, and it's 5-0. As that ball splits Lemon and Herndon in left. Back-to-back doubles. We rolled that twice. Easily scoring from second is Shannon, and it's 5-0. As these 68 Cardinal batters are enjoying not pitching against the year of the pitcher, they're pitching against 84 and Jack Morris. So replacing Shannon at second is Javier. 5-0. Here comes Donald Maxwell. And the Tigers get someone up in their pen. There's some milling around. Maxwell is 0 for 1. He's popped out and walked. A very angry Jack Morris on the mound deals to Donald Maxwell. And that is a 6-7. A 6-7 fly ball to right field. Racing back is Gibson, reaching up, and he makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. But the Cardinals get 2 more on back-to-back doubles. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 5-0. The 1968 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next the Cardinals come back to the plate, it'll be Bobby Tolan to lead things off. Let's go to the chat real quick. D. Scott Howard says, jumbled cards, yet another hazard of card and dice. Yes, it is. Todd B. It's a program that shows... Oh, it's a program that somehow uses digital diamond baseball stats and puts them in different forms. Ooh, what is that? I missed that up top. He says, do you use Johnny Bravo's? That's funny. Johnny Bravo was a cartoon on Cartoon Network. I wonder if that's why the guy used that name. All right, so Todd B says, do you use Johnny Bravo's DDBBSXV thing? That's pretty interesting, Todd. That'd be pretty cool. So, and Robbie Wartburg says, what kind of forms, Todd? All right, so here come the Tigers, and they got to get going. But Bob Gibson, my God, 5-0 and Bob Gibson on the mound from 1968. You could be as good as gold. It'll be Garbe, Herndon, and Brookins. Barbaro Garbe was a strikeout victim. Gibby is struck out 5. Gibson deals to Barbaro Garbe, and that is a 110 off the Garbe card. 110, and that's a single. So Barbaro Garbe singles to start off the bottom of the 5th. And I'll bring up Larry Herndon, the left fielder. He grounded to second. Barbaro Garbe, 1 through 13. -3 for the hold factor from McCarver, so it's 1 through 10. Here's the pitch to Herndon, and Gibson deals Herndon a 6-2. How do you do? That is a ground ball to first base. The only play for Cepeda is to throw to Gibson, covering the bag. And there's one down. Advancing to second is Garbe, as that was a ground ball C. And let me just double check. Batter is out at first. Runners advance 1 base. I did that correctly. So Herndon is retired. 3-1, excuse me, not 1-3. Advancing to second on the ground out is Barbaro Garbe. And I'll bring up Tom Brookins, the number 9 batter. He popped out to second in his first at-bat. Garbe takes a lead. Gibson pays no attention to him. He deals to Tom Brookins, and that is a 3-8 to Tom Brookins, who's flashed some good leather at third for the Tigers. So a 3-8, and that's a single. A single. Barbaro Garbe 1 through 10 with 1 out. Down by 5 will hold at third. But Tom Brookins helps the line continue to move. We go to the top of the order, and Lou Whitaker. Whitaker is struck out and grounded to second. Gibson, not really happy with himself, rubbing up the baseball off the mound. Now puts it back in his glove. Back up on the bump. Picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. 1 out, 2 on. And that's a 1-3 off the Whitaker card. What will it be, the 1-3? We shall see. 1-3 is a line shot to second base. And Javier makes the catch. Great reaction on the dive. Quickly getting back to their bags are Garbe and Brookins. What a play by Julian Javier. Line out 4. So 2 outs. The runners will be off on contact. And Alan Trammell, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Trammell's 1 for 2. He singled in his last at-bat. Prior to that, popped out to third. 2 on, 2 outs, 5-0 Cards. The 84 Tigers trying to get back in this game against the 68 Cardinals and Bob Gibson. Here's the pitch to Alan Trammell, and that is a 6-6. Pick up some sticks on the 6-6. And that's a fly ball deep to center field, but not deep enough, as that's no man's land out there. And Flood continues to race back, makes the catch, and the Tigers strand 2. The side is retired. We go to the top of the 6th. Bob Gibson and the Cardinals dominating the 84 Tigers 5-0. When next the Tigers come up, it will be Kirk Gibson leading things off. So, Garbe, Herndon, Brookins, Whitaker, Trammell. Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the 6th will be Bobby Tolan in the top of the order, Lou Brock, and Kurt Flood. And as we say that, Willie Hernandez is loosening in the bullpen. It's a 1-game thing. So Willie Hernandez, Doug Bear, and where's Behringer? Dan Petrie, Rosma, Juan Berenguer, I think. I believe that's correct. I don't know. I'm trying to remember back. So we'll just get those guys ready. If anyone, it'll be Willie Hernandez. Down 5, can't give up anymore. All right, so Morris, they're going to stick with him a little while longer. Here's Bobby Tolan. He is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Tolan. And Morris deals him a 2-7 off the Tolan card. 2-7 with a 16. That is a single. 1 through 6 would have been a double. 7 through 20 is a single. So Bobby Tolan picks up his first hit in the top of the 6th. Again, Morris not fooling any of these Cardinals hitters who are licking their chops not to face 1968 Detroit Tiger pitching. And here comes Lou Brock. He is 2 for 3. He's flown to center, doubled, and singled. Bobby Tolan, a 1 through 16 base runner, goes to 1 through 12 with the Lance Parrish effect. Here's the pitch to Brock, and that is a 4-7 off the Morris card. 4-7 ground ball to second, possible double play. Lou Whitaker is a 2 defender, and we rolled a 19. So we go to the fielding chart, and that is an out 1. Runner advances 1 base, so the only play is to first for Whitaker as he goes deep in the hole. Advancing to second is Tolan. So Brock's out 4-3. 1 out, and now I'll bring up Curt Flood. Flood is 0 for 2. He has walked once. Tolan takes his lead. Morris deals to Curt Flood, and that is a 5-7 off the Morris card. 5-7. Fly ball center field. Going back is Chet Lemon. It's a fly ball B. If no runners are fly ball B, excuse me. Runner on third scores. There's no runner on third. So Bobby Tolan holds at first for out number 2. Nice catch by Lemon. There's 2 outs. So Bobby Tolan, base running goes up to a 14 now, as we go +2 with 2 outs against the -4. And it brings up Roger Maris. Maris has singled and scored ahead of the Cepeda homer, and he's lined out and grounded out. Morris looks to first, now in at the plate, picks up the sign from Parrish. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris, and that is triple snake eyes. That's a 1-2. How do you do on the 1-2? And that is a pop-up second base side. Calling for it is Whitaker, and he makes the catch. Side is retired. Tolan is stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-0, 68 Cardinals. When next we come up for the Cardinals, it will be the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, leading things off. Due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 5 runs against Bob Gibson. That seems like an impossible task to come back. Will be Kirk Gibson, Chet Lemon, and Lance Parrish. Let's go to the chat quickly. As Dave Little says goodnight to everyone. Goodnight, Dave. Thank you for stopping by. As Todd B says, Gibson hasn't beamed anyone yet. No, but he's pitched high and tight. We had a lot of pop-ups. Kirk Gibson has tripled and struck out. The windup and the pitch from Bob Gibson to Kirk Gibson. That is a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see. And that's a walk. As he comes inside, Kirk Gibson just glares at Bob Gibson. I don't know if you want to do that, but Kirk, former football player in college. So Gibson's at first. Tigers need base runners. Here comes Chet Lemon. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out. Bob Gibson, if he doesn't get the strikeout, looking for the double play ball. The windup and the pitch to Chet Lemon, and that's a 5-4, the column of death, except that's not a horrible result on the 5-4. That is a deep fly ball. Left field, Brock going back at the track. He leaps. He makes the catch. Lou Brock, a 1-3 would have been a homer. The 20-sided die is a 13. Gibson just looks out to Brock and gives a slight nod of his head in approval. Quickly getting back to first is Kirk Gibson. One out. Here comes Lance Parrish. Parrish had 33 home runs in '84. If he can somehow jack one out of the park here, he will pull the Tigers to within 3. Kirk Gibson at first takes his lead, being held on by Cepeda. Here's the pitch from Bob Gibson to Lance Parrish, and that's a 5-6, column of death. 5-6, a swing and a miss, strike 3. He's got Lance Parrish 3 times, the hat trick you don't walk want, and that's strikeout number 6, and Parrish has been half of them. So 2 outs. Gibson's at second, 1 through 17, minus 4, 1 through 13, plus 2, 1 through 15. And here's Darrell Evans, the first baseman. He has walked and flown to center. He awaits the Bob Gibson offering. Pitch homeward bound. And that is a 4-6 off the Gibson card. 4-6 with a 5 split. And that is a single with 2 stars. So Gibson will stop at third. So runners on the corners. Had it been on the 4-6 off the Gibson card, had it been 1 through 4, it would have been a double and would have scored a run, but we rolled a 5 on the 20-sided die. So Evans picks up his first hit, keeps the inning alive, first and third. Tim McCarver doesn't even dare to go out to the mound, as Gibson just stares at him. And here comes Barbaro Garbe. Garbe is struck out and single. He reached third in the bottom of the 5th, but that's where he was left. 5-0. Gibson quickly works to Barbaro Garbe, and that is a 6-7 off the Gibby card. 6-7 ground ball to the shortstop. Dahl Maxfield, he is a 2 defender. We rolled a 10 on the fielding chart check. So he's a 2, and we rolled a 10, and it's a 2-base error. Oh my lord, Dahl Maxfield commits a 2-base error. So scoring from third is Gibson, and advancing to third is Darrell Evans, and on a 2-base error, standing at third is Barbaro Garbe, and glaring at his shortstop wanting to kill him is Bob Gibson. So Shannon has opened up the Maxwell has opened up the floodgates here. So Kirk Gibson scores, Evans stands at third, and Barbaro Garbe stands at second on the throwing error committed by Del Shannon. And I'll bring up Larry Herndon, the number 8 batter, who's 0 for 2. Gibson should be sitting in the dugout. He is pissed. Now he'll channel all that anger towards Larry Herndon. It's 5-1. If Herndon goes yard, he did have 7 homers. If he somehow hits one off Gibby, it'll be a 5-4 ball game. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Larry Herndon, and that is a 5-7 column of death. Swing and a miss. Gibson put all of his frustrations in that fastball. Tigers get 1, Strand 2. They're finally on the board. We go to the top of the 7th, and it's 5-1, 68 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next the Tigers come back up, it will be Tom Brookins leading things off. And Gibson is still just glaring at his shortstop as he walks in to the dugout. That slow, intense walk from Bob Gibson. Due up in the top of the 7th with a 4-run lead. Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon. Let's go to the chat. Todd B says, Lance Parrish, 1K from the silver sombrero. Yes, you do not want the silver sombrero. It's worse than the hat trick in baseball. All right, here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, and that's it for Jack Morris in the 7th. He's done. He has not pitched stellar. Morris goes 6 innings, and he gave up 5 runs. Let's just look at the strikeouts quick. 1. And a quick look at the strikeouts. He only struck out 1. And he gave up that 3-run homer to Cepeda. And back-to-back doubles that knocked in 2 runs for Shannon and Javier. So Cepeda was in the 1st, and Shannon and Javier doubles were in the top of the 5th. He is out. He is done. And we're going to go to the closer. No screwing around. Got to keep it a 4-run deficit. It's Willie Hernandez. Willie Hernandez, who I believe is a former Cub. Or a future Cub. I think he's a former Cub in 84. 1984, 9-3, 32 saves, 1.92 earned run average. His task: do not let the Cardinals score any more runs. He will face Cepeda, the man who hit the 3-run blast off Morris. Morris can only lose it. Here's the pitch from Willie Hernandez to the baby bull Orlando Cepeda. Clash of Titans in a way. And that is a 2-4 off the Cepeda card. Ground ball to Trammell at short. He throws to Evans at first. 1 down. Battle won by Willie Hernandez. Scoring at home 6-3. Now bring up the catcher Tim McCarver. He is struck out, lined out, and walked and scored. Hernandez deals to McCarver, and that's a 3-4 off the McCarver card. 3-4, and McCarver singles. So Tim McCarver singles with 1 out. That's his first hit. And now coming up is Mike Shannon, the third baseman. He has singled, grounded to short, doubled, knocked in a run, and scored a run. Hernandez hoping for a double play ball here. He kicks and fires to Mike Shannon, and that's a 5-5. A 5-5 is a strikeout. Got him swinging, so 2 outs. McCarver will be a 1-10 base runner with the 2 outs netted into Parrish's hold factor. And here comes Julian Javier. Javier doubled in his last plate appearance for his first hit, knocking in a run. McCarver takes his lead. The windup and the pitch from Hernandez, and Javier gets a 110 off of his card. A 110 from Julian Javier. And that's a single! And another hit for Julian Javier, as the Cardinals are not going quietly into the night here in the top of the 7th. And going station to station is McCarver. So first and second, 2 outs for Dahl Maxwell, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out, popped out, and in between he walked. Hernandez takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Dahl Maxwell. That's a 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Off the Hernandez card, 6-6, fly ball, left field. Herndon is there. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. The Cardinals strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-1, the 1968 Cardinals over the 1984 Tigers. Morris is out of the game. Bob Gibson still going strong. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Bobby Tolan to lead things off. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves in the chat, watching the game. Thank you for sticking with us with our late night baseball. All right, so it's going to be Tom Brookins, Lou Whitaker, and Alan Trammell against Bob Gibson. Gibson has struck out 6. He's only given up 1 unearned run, and he's still giving the stink eye to his shortstop, Dahl Maxwell. Here's the pitch to Brookins, and Bob Gibson deals Brookins a 6-7 off the Brookins card. A 3-7, a 3-7 off the Brookins card. 3-7, 1 through 17's a single. It's a 3, and that's a line shot past the dive of the third baseman, Mike Shannon. So that's a single for Brookins. He picks up his second hit off Bob Gibson. He's now 2 for 3. Tigers need base runners, so a good start in the bottom of the 7th. He'll bring up Lou Whitaker, who's 0 for 3. Struck out, ground out, and lined out. Gibson deals to Whitaker, and that is a 1-6. A 1-6 off the Whitaker card. And an 8 on a 20-sided die. Line shot, and Javier once again a step and a dive, and the catch. He throws to first, but not in time, as quickly diving back is Brookins. So Whitaker once again, Javier once again robs a Tiger batter. So 1 out, 1 on. And here comes Alan Trammell, the shortstop. Trammell, 1 for 2. Has 1 hit, a single. Brookins at first, takes a lead. Cepeda holding him on. Gibson looks over. Now at the plate. Here's the pitch to Alan Trammell, and that is a 3-3. What will it be? We shall see on the Alan Trammell card. 3-3. Ground ball B to second, and a ground ball B. Batter is out at first. If one or more runners are forced, runner on first is out, batter safe. So they get the lead runner. On the fielder's choice, the return throw to first. They cannot complete the double play. So Trammell reaches on the fielder's choice. And out on the force out is Brookins, 4-6. So there's 2 outs. Trammell is at first base. And here comes Kurt Gibson. Gibson has tripled, struck out, and walked. He scored on the throwing error by Dahl Maxwell. Bob Gibson deals to Kurt Gibson. And that's a 3-9 off the Kurt Gibson card. Can he do some damage off Bob Gibson? 3-9. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Gibson trying to depart that ball from the ballpark. But he gets nothing but air. And that's Bob Gibson's 7th K. Tigers strand 1. We go to the top of the 8th, 5-1, the 68 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next the Tigers come up, Chet Lemon will lead things off, and they're going to have to get some runs here. Time is getting short, and Bob Gibson's on the mound. Willie Hernandez comes back out on the bump. And he will face Bobby Tolan in the top of the order, Brock and Flood. Bobby Tolan, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Hernandez to Bobby Tolan. That's a 6-7. Off the Hernandez card, 6-7 fly ball to center field. Chet Lemon moves to his left a bit, makes the catch. 1 down. Top of the order, Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 2 for 4. He's doubled and singled. Flown out to center and grounded to second. Hernandez readies himself. He kicks and fires to Brock, and that is a 3-5 off the Brock card. 3-5, and that's a strikeout. So Hernandez gets Brock swinging. 2 outs. And here comes Curt Flood, center fielder. Curt Flood is 0 for 3 with a walk. Hernandez picks up the sign from Parrish. Here's the pitch to Flood, and that is a 4-8 off the Willie Hernandez card. 4-8, and a swing and a miss. Hernandez strikes out 2. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-1. The 1968 Cardinals over the 84 Tigers. When next, the Cardinals come up in the top of the 9th to be Roger Maris leading things off. Todd B says, I'm going to send Al some colored pencils so I can see the score card. Scorecard's over here. I don't think you can see that. I give you everything you know via word of mouth. I will be getting a better camera at some point. Alrighty. Thank you for joining me, everyone. So it's going to be in the bottom of the 8th, Lemon, Parrish, and Evans trying to get something started here. Down by 4. Bob Gibson has been dominant on the mound. 1 unearned run. He struck out 7. Here's the pitch to Chet Lemon. And Chet Lemon is 0 for 3. Pitch homeward bound. 5-6. Pick up some sticks. And you know what a 5 is and a 6? Column of death. That's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. Cardinals throw the ball around, and Chet Lemon just turns and retreats to the dugout as he did 3 prior times. Here comes Lance Parrish. Lance Parrish has struck out 3 times. Can he get the sombrero? We shall see. Parrish hoping for something, at least contact. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Parrish, and that's a 6-5. And there will be, 6-5, excuse me. I looked at the wrong thing. So it's a 6-5. He will make contact. Fly ball deep to right. Maris going back, reaching up, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Good jump by Maris. So at least Lance Parrish did not strike out. He actually made contact to a mock cheer, very surprisingly, from the Detroit fans. So 2 outs, base is empty for Darrell Evans. Gibson looking for his 8th strikeout. Evans has walked, flown out, and single. The windup and the pitch from Gibson, and Darrell Evans gets a 6-9. A 6-9, and that's a strikeout. He blows the high heat past Darrell Evans, and that's strikeout number 8. Gibson feeling great. Dad gave us chocolate cake. So we go to the top of the 9th. The 68 Cardinals. Right now with Bob Gibson, you can say dominating the 84 Tigers. 5-1. Had Dahl Maxwell not made the error at short, it'd be 5-0. And Gibson still glares at his shortstop as they come off the field. When next, the Tigers come up in the bottom of the 9th, they need a lot of runs. And trying to lead things off will be Barbaro Garbe. Due up for the Cardinals to face Willie Hernandez. Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. Doug Bear and Juan Berenguer ready in the bullpen, but if you go to them, the game's really out of hand. Roger Maris, 1 for 4. He has a single, scored a run on the Cepeda homer back in the first. Here's the pitch to Maris from Hernandez, and that is a 4-8 off the Willie Hernandez card. 4-8, and that's a strikeout. Hernandez mowing them down. Hernandez came in the 7th. And since the 7th, he has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4 batters. So 1 out, no one on for the baby bull Orlando Cepeda. 3-run homer in the first. Here's the pitch to Cepeda, and Hernandez throws in a 4-9 off the Willie Hernandez card. 4-9, and that's a strikeout. So Hernandez dealing. He struck out 5. Tim McCarver, the catcher. Will he be strikeout victim number 3? And a 1-2-3 strikeout inning for Willie Hernandez? We shall see. Hernandez picks up the sign, the windup, and the pitch to McCarver. And that is a 5-10 off the Hernandez card. 5 and a 10th. Fly ball out to Flood in center. As he races towards the right center field gap, Flood is a 1 fielder, and we rolled a 5. Basic fielding chart for the outfield. A 1 and a 5. And Kirk Flood makes a fine running catch to retire. I'm sorry, the center fielder. I looked at the Cardinals. The center fielder for the Tigers, sorry for my faux pas, is Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon's a 1, so the result is the same. Nice catch by Chet Lemon. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And these are words that Cardinals don't want to hear when next they come up. But in case, if it goes to extras, we had a wild game last night that we didn't think was going to go to extras. It did. It'll be Mike Shannon. But Bob Gibson's on the mound here. He's 3 outs away from a complete game 5-1 victory. Possibly. He will face Barbaro Garbe, Larry Herndon, and Tom Brookins. Barbaro Garbe is 1 for 3. He has struck out, singled, and reached on the error that knocked in the only run. No RBI there, though, by Maxwell at short. Gibson struck out 8. He needs 2 more for 10. He kicks and deals to Barbaro Garbe, and that is a 311 off the Garbe card, who, strangely enough, doesn't like sorbet. So that is a 3 and an 11, and that's a pop-out to the third baseman on the jam shot. Mike Shannon. Don't call me Del Shannon. So 1 down as Gibson threw some high inside heat. And here comes Larry Herndon, center fielder, left fielder, 0 for 3. He's a strikeout victim in his last plate appearance. Gibson kicks and deals to Larry Herndon, and that's a 2-6. A 2-6 with a 6 split. That's a deep fly ball. Left field. Brock going back, reaching up, and makes the catch right at the wall. Bangs into it as Herndon just missed his pitch. 1 through 4 in a homer. It's a 6 on the 20-sided die. So another nice play by Brock in left. So 2 outs, base is empty. Will Tom Brookins be the 9th strikeout victim to end the game here for Gibson and the Cardinals? Tom Brookins, though, has had 2 hits. He is 2 for 3. He has singled twice. Gibson wanting revenge. The windup and the pitch to Tom Brookins, and that is a 2-2. How do you do on the 2-2? Deuces are wild. Even the 20-sided die is a 2. So a 2-2 line shot right at the second baseman, Julian Javier. Had anyone been on, and it could have been a triple play, but they only needed 1 out. The ball game is over. Tom Brookins, who has hit the ball on the screws 3 times, does not pick up his 3rd hit. A line out to Julian Javier, and what an effort by Bob Gibson, as the 68 Cardinals win 5-1. Bob Gibson went the distance, 1 unearned run, and he struck out 8. How many hits? Quickly do that. Kirk Gibson tripled off him in the first, was stranded at third. That's 1. Trammell, a single. That's 2. Garbe, a single. That's 3. Brookins had a single. That's 4. Evans, 5 with a single. Brookins again with a single. That's 6. 6 hits. Gibby only gives up 6 hits. Walked. He struck out 8. 1 unearned run. 6 hits. He walked 1. 2. He walked 2. Tremendous effort by Bob Gibson, the 5-1 win. Quickly go to the chat before we call it a stream. Michael Bright says, complete game. Yes, indeed. Clinton Parks talking about a game that Todd B. was talking about. Says, schedule generator works like a charm. D. Scott Howard says, nice game. Thanks, Al. Thank you, guys. So let's say thank you to D. Scott Howard. Robbie Wartburg says, nice game. Thank you to Robbie Wartburg. D. Scott Howard, please check out his channel. He has some fun videos up. Michael Bright, first time I've seen you in our chat. Thank you very much. Hope we'll see you again. Todd B., thank you. He says, Gibby dominates. Todd B. asks a quick question. He says, Al, do you own individual teams in Strat or seasons? Teams. I don't do seasons in Strat. I have them on the PC. I wish they'd come out with like a World Series thing where you could get like the decade of a certain, or certain teams that played in the World Series. I do enjoy card and dice. It's just brought back a lot of fond memories. So, yeah, I don't have any. Oh, I have the 1983 season, my original set. I'm so sorry, Todd. I have the 1983 season, which I play offline. Kind of fun to see how bad the Red Sox were in '83. Not doing a season replay. I played yesterday offline while I was listening to Clinton Parks and ID Gesture And Ron Juckett and then Dave from Baseball Demos in between helping my dad battle for Ohio, the 83 Reds versus the 83 Indians. Fun game. Sutcliffe outdueled Soto 2-0. Ron Hassey knocked in 2 runs. He had a homer, and he singled in a run. Thank you to Clinton Parks. Please check out that wonderful baseball channel. Tribes Fan, thank you very much. Check him out, as he'll have a update coming in on his 2016 Twins replay on his channel. Please check that out. Subscribe to the content creators. They're all wonderful people. And if you are a content creator, please tell us. We like to support those who support us. Dave Garner, HockeyTournaments.com, wonderful YouTube channel. Please check him out and subscribe. And if I miss some, Dave Little, basketball coming up on Friday using Action PC Basketball, early 70s basketball, lots of fun. He does a great job, Dave Little. Jonathan Van Derzel, I call him the Diesel. He's going to be doing some videos soon. Please subscribe to that channel. House Sanchez, good friend of the community, stops by to say hi. We always appreciate that. We have an eclectic community, entertainment, sports, comedy, all kinds of fun things. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope everyone enjoyed. Tribe Fan says single game, full game, not update like usual. So he's going to, well, it's still an update, so it's going to be fun. I enjoy, it's like This Week in Baseball from Tribes Fan doing his 2016 Twins replay. And, of course, D. Scott Howard reminds me, thank you. He says, don't forget ID Gesture's interview with Bleacher Bums Gaming tomorrow. That's Anthony at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, thank you very much, D. Scott Howard. ID Gesture interviews Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. You don't want to miss that. He has developed a wonderful boxing game, Glory Days Boxing, which you can see on his channel. You can see on my channel. He was kind enough to give me a demo, a beta, and also on Tabletop Baseball. It's a wonderful boxing game. I'll be putting up a fight probably sometimes next week, another one. Maybe this week, I don't know. And I think I might be doing one of our heavyweight tournament fights using Title Bout on the PC, where I do with a radio call, which is a lot of fun if you haven't seen that. If you like boxing, it's pretty fun. So thank you once again, D. Scott Howard. Remember, ID Gesture's interview with Bleacher Bums Gaming. That's Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Clinton Parks, one of my partners in crime, who might be joining us this Saturday on Chat with Al, with Ron Juckett and the OG, the original Grognard. And remember, Chat with Al is for fun. Don't take us too serious. We laugh. We have a good time. He says, next Tuesday, the Insane Asylum, as he'll be on with ID Gesture. Bubba Husky! Oh, my good friend Bubba Husky has jumped in the chat at the end. We love Bubba Husky. Big Vols fan. Their men's basketball team's doing pretty good, right, Bubba? All right. Well, it's hour 18 in. And you know what? We finished before 2 a.m., so that's cool. What a game that was last night. I don't remember who was there. I think Robbie was there, maybe D. Scott Howard, but what a fun game. Anyway, it's 12:18, so I'm going to hit the hay. Thank you again very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you for being part of our great community. We've set up a Discord that I will be sending to people, and we tested it out, myself, Mr. Utah Mike, Ron Juckett of Retro Sports Network, and Clinton Parks. So if you'd like to be part of our Discord group, which is anyone in the community that we have conversed with and know a little bit, please somehow contact me by leaving a comment on one of our videos, my video preferably, but if anyone, like either possibly on Clinton's or Ron's or Mr. Utah Mike, and you can be part of the Discord group. And we're going to do a lot with that once we get it up and running. It's up and running, but we're going to be doing a lot of really fun things for the community. So, as Bubba Husky says, #1, Tennessee Volunteers. Well, congrats, my friend. As Robbie Wartburg and D. Scott Howard said, they were there to the bitter end. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I really do enjoy talking to the chat. I hope everyone enjoys it. My streams And again, whoever you like to watch stream, we all stream a little different. I like to go back and forth with the chat. Bubba Husky says he's interested. You're more than welcome, Bubba. So just put a if you're on, are you on Twitter? If someone's on Twitter, I'm Al Red Sox fan on Twitter. You can follow me. Yep, movie night. Yep, that's going to be one of the things we do once I figure out how to actually put a video on the Discord. I think you can do it. We're going to watch Slapshot for the first movie, hopefully, once I figure it out. So if anyone's on Twitter, I'm Al Red Sox fan, and I can send you the Discord link that way. Gladiator movie night, of course, for you, Bubba. We're just trying to make sure the Discord works properly and get the first people we want in, and obviously members of the community, friends of the channel, and friends of the community. FOC for life. There's 2 meanings now. Friends of the channel, friends of the community. FOC for life. There's the right way, there's the wrong way, and as I love to say, there's the FOC way, which is the only way, my friends. So that's my little wrestling. And again, I'm going to be making some wrestlers pretty soon, so if you want to be a wrestler in our little league, just leave a comment on one of the wrestling videos I just put up. And then we use Fire Pro Wrestling. That's pretty fun. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm babbling. I could talk all night, as Bubba Husky knows. So health and happiness till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. And my God was Bob Gibson on. Watch out for that curveball, fastball. Just be careful of Bob Gibson. Love him. All right. You know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming. Peace! Love you. God bless. Till next time.